Shalom. I want to start off by giving all glory, praises, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to the brothers that's teaching this truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect, the 1/3, the sincere listeners. All right. Today's lesson is going to be, directed towards younger brothers, new listeners. All right, a few new listeners that are women, okay, that are sincere. It's just more of giving you some wisdom and things to meditate upon. But really, because we've all been there. But what I really want to get into is when you first hear this truth and you hear this knowledge, right? And you want to go and tell the whole world. All right, you want to tell your mom, you want to tell your dad, you want to tell your woman, thinking that they're going to have the same, reaction that you did in hopes, in the hopes that you converted them to understand and, or you want to go and try and debate with your pastor because you've been going to church, but then you find out you're an Israelite, you're of this tribe, right? You want to go now and debate with the congregation. All right. These are things that you might want to do, to try and wake people up. Right. But it's not for you to do that, man. It's not your job. Right. The Lord called you to wake up out of sleep. All right. You don't need to let these people know what you believe in now. Right. And even when it comes to little things, not even just worldly things. For an example, it's not really wise to tell people, people close to you, oh, I make this amount of money each day, or I make this amount of money a month. I make X amount of money a year. All right. Because now people are watching you. Okay. They know how much money you make, how much you should be bringing in, what you can hold, what you possess. You could be a liability at that point, all right? Because now you open up your big mouth and you said, all right, I'm worth $1 million. I'm worth, I have 100K, whatever. Doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. But you open up your big mouth to tell people that don't care about you. They just care about what you have, right? And now they're looking at you like they're looking at you either to use you and rob you, all right? Steal from you, man. Okay? So it's basically the same thing when it comes to this truth. You don't want to just be giving this knowledge to just anybody, man. All right? Because say you did have, referring back to the money now. Say you did have $1 million. You then want to find, righteous people to break that bread around with. All right? And that's not to say you're just giving and giving it out. But if a brother is in need, he fell upon hard times, you would be able to help. Whereas if some wicked ass nigga in the world, okay, he doesn't want to work. He just smokes weed all day. He's waiting on you to become to just give out a handout. To hell with that nigga, man. That's a wicked ass guy, right? But I've been trying to, I'm trying to work on, the timing of my videos. I know I go pretty long, but I'm trying to keep things short and to the point, but just through the spirit, we'll see. But we can start off with this scripture here. Let me get this. Yeah, this is Matthew 6, verse 3. It says, but when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth. All right? And what does that mean? Okay, let's go into it. What does alms mean? When thou doest alms. Okay, interlinear concordance. Okay, this is let's see.
Strong's G 1654 Eleemasune. Eleemasune.
Okay, and it says mercy. It says mercy, pity, as exhibited in giving alms, charity. Okay, keep that in mind. Charity, the benefaction itself, a donation to the poor. Okay, a donation to the poor and charity. All right. So this it's mercy and pity as well. You know what I mean? In all its forms. You know what I mean? But in this case, we're dealing with the fact that we're letting people know about the word, right? We're letting people. We want to teach people this word. We want to teach them this truth. However, it's not meant for everybody to get it. All right, it wasn't meant for you to go door to door like Jehovah's Witness and beat down everybody's door every week, every Saturday, whatever day they come, to try and push down the doctrine, man. You know, that's not what the Lord required of us. You know, He just once you heard the word truth, once you heard the truth once, that's enough for you to be marked. That's it. All right. However, in your day-to-day life, you want to be able to use wisdom and you want to be wise. So now if people understand what you believe and they don't agree with what you believe, and now you're racist, and because we're racist, it is what it is. All right, we're for our nation. That's what this is about. We're for the nation of Israel. And if you're not an Israelite, okay, then you're going into slavery, right? But with these people that are part of this coalition world, they want to be all one and all that. Now they're gonna mark you. It's like, oh, wasn't that guy speaking of some radical doctrine about God's gonna kill and he only likes black people? You don't want to go and expose your hand now about all the knowledge that you have, right? And then now, you told somebody at work, all right, and now you're fired from a job. That's not using wisdom. You told your mom, you're telling your mom not for the park and the shrimp, and now you're kicked out of your house. Okay, you're telling your woman, you're telling her to dress appropriately, which she should be, whatever. But say you're in the world and whatever, you had a worldly woman, whatever. If the Most High gets rid of it, it's part of the plan. It is what it is. You gotta trim fat, whatever, right? But say you tell your woman, I don't want you dressing like that, and she bucks up against that. She's not respecting it. There could be tension. It could be problems. And whatever the case may be. Every brother's situation is different. But sometimes it's just best to keep to yourself, keep this knowledge to yourself, and build up your spirit, build up your spiritual bank account. All right, because it says Matthew 6:3, but when thou doest alms, let not thy hand, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth. All right, so you keep people on a need to know basis, right? You go into it only when they need to know, man. They might see you act different, like, oh, why you don't smoke no more? It's like, oh, it's not for me. That's what you gotta say. You don't have to go into, oh, God said he's gonna kill you if you keep smoking and blah blah blah. No. Just let these people do what they do, man. All right. The Spirit of the Lord is not gonna convict them to turn away from doing their wickedness, because that's not what they're meant to do. You were called out. Right? Let's get that. Let's see if I. This is John 15:16. It says, "Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain." Right? So just you think about that. You were chosen by the Most High. How? You saw a video. I'm gonna go over how you could have came across this word. All right. Somebody must have told you you're Israelite. You did your own research, or you were on the highways and byways. You walked by the prophets. You saw the prophets. They were teaching you this word. All right. All right. It stayed on your spirit. You started doing your own research and came to the conclusion, like, damn, we are the Israelites. Right. So that's how the Most High chooses you, right? Because you did your own diligent search, right? You're also, and it's not to say that, it's not to say you weren't trying to find the truth, though, because the Most High is gonna the Most High will put the Spirit on you to be in search of something, right? Because you knew something was wrong in the world before you found out about the truth. It's just that when you heard about the truth, it just clicked. All right. So that was your path, and that was your testimony into coming into Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and this truth, and knowing that you're an Israelite. Right. So that's that's basic. And then if you Lord will, you continue to the end, that's gonna be written of, man. Your walk and your faith to salvation, man. And how you escape Babylon, how you escape the nuclear missiles and destruction, World War III, race riots, all type of plagues, right? So Lord will, you're written of in the book of heaven, man. Okay? But, this thing gets deep. But that's what I'm saying. It's not for any and everybody, man. We got to also understand that the internet does all the heavy lifting. All right? That's why it's called the World Wide Web for a reason. Okay? That's why we push out these videos, all right, day in and day out. Okay? These are things you got to consider, Let's see. This is Matthew 7:6. It says, "Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you." Right. This word, this truth, this knowledge, this is pearl. This is precious gold, man. It's scarce, right? And it's valuable. It's the most valuable thing you can possess on this earth, right? It's more precious than gold, but it can be in similitude to gold, right? It can be compared to gold, right? So, with that being said, you can't just give it to anybody, right? You can't just give it to anybody, and this thing holds the value of this word it brings. This thing cleans you. This word cleans you up, man. People want to know, why are you the way you are? Why are you reserved? Why do you keep to yourself? Why you I'm talking about when you're in when you have to move and maneuver in the world. All right, you're dealing with a woman, or you're dealing with coworkers, whatever the case may be, family members, and you're just chilling. You hold your tongue, because at the end of the day, these people are not on our level, man. And for us to speak and really say how we feel, they're gonna bug out. And then with that, they not only are they gonna bug out, the demons are gonna come out of them, and now they're gonna be a nuisance to us, right? Because they already feel it in their spirit. They have demons on them, and when you come around, you basically make them do a whole lot of reflecting. They don't really want to come around you because you have a righteous spirit, to be honest. But at the same time, they do want to come around you, because they need healing. All right? And we're not the healer, we're the ambassador for the healer, which is Yahweh Shai. But us being ambassadors, we can give these people the pearls. We can give them these things. But we're scarce with it because we don't know if they're going to, like the scripture says, rend it, trample over it, disrespect it, spit on it, spit on the Bible, shoot at the Bible, right? Because these are what people do. They disrespect the words of the Heavenly Father, man. So we can't be so quick to try and tell everybody that we know about this truth, man. We need to be moving as Clark Kent, right? We got to be Clark Kent, all right? There's truth in all shows, and everything is spiritual. Even if it's wicked, everything is spiritual, man. There's a left-hand side, there's a right-hand side, man. The Most High deals with both, right? But like I said, going into the Clark Kent, we got to be Clark Kent in our day-to-day lives, man. All right, because we still need to be able to eat, put food on our table, pay our bills, rent, whatever the case may be, travel costs, transportation, car notes, whatever, man. Okay? So we got to be in this world but not abusing it. Okay? So we got to make our life easier in the sense that, not to say this truth is a burden, but the Most High is going to try you as well, man. The Most High is going to try you. He's going to test to see if you're worthy of this. You know what I mean? So it could be, there's going to be hard times, and no one's saying it's going to be easy, man. Okay? But, with that, it's going to build your character. It's going to build you up. Okay? And really, in this truth, you suffer in silence, You can tell it, that's why you have the brotherhood. So you can talk with a brother, you and a brother are real close, you're going through some real shit. You can even shed tears and just, let it all out, man. This is what the brotherhood's for, man. We go out on the highways and byways, right? And, we come out with we come out Yahweh Shai like, masculine, all right? Because Yahweh Shai was a masculine man. All right, he was an austere man. We come out serious. All right, but we do that because that's the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. But when we're in our own corners, you don't know what a brother's going through, man. All right, so if a brother calls up a brother, he say, "Yo, bro, I gotta talk, and I'm going through this, da 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 da." You might shed some tears, whatever the case may be. That's all right, man, because that's what we're here for. We're not gonna go now and laugh at that brother. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to go and do that. That's disrespect, man. We're here to support our brothers, man. We're in this together, man. Although it's our separate walk, we're still part of our walk is still to be a brother. You feel me? Like, part of our walk is were you a brother to that brother? When he needed it or whatever the case may be. Because that's part of our individual walk. So these are things we gotta, make sure we're moving talked about. You know what I'm saying? So, and through the Spirit, I'm just gonna, bring out some few more scriptures, man, because, sometimes it is what it is. I'm not putting a cap on the Spirit. Sometimes you gotta bring it out, man. You gotta bring it out. Yeah, this is 1 John 4:1. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world." All right, but before even the false prophet part, all right, say you're the prophet, you're the teacher, or you're building yourself up in this truth to become a teacher. All right, and you wanna go and tell everybody, and no. That's not what you do, okay? That's not what you do. And if you were to do it, you gotta try their spirit. You gotta hear what they're saying. They might come to you randomly on some shit. Not even randomly, but they might say, "Yeah, I just been reflecting." I'm like, "Yo, I just feel, life's been so hard." I look on the news. I'm just like, "Yo," I'm seeing all type of crazy stuff. Like black people just getting messed up every day. Like blah 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 blah. They say something like that. Then you ask questions. Be like, "What made you think that way?" Or whatever. Like you gotta see where their mind is at. You ask them like a few questions. Then you could be like, "Oh, okay, this guy's a thinking man. He's doing whatever. He's been doing his own research, whatever, blah blah blah." Then you could try and leave him with something to read. You just tell them, "Oh, you ever heard of that?" Whatever. You might be able. You gotta try the spirit, right? So that's what you gotta do. You gotta see if they're really on a level to where they're trying to get some knowledge, right? So then you give them the truth, man, in a sense, and then you don't force it upon them now. Once you give it to them, that's for them to decide, right? But for you to just go out now and push this word on somebody, now you're just causing problems, man. Because people are stuck in their ways, man. They have demons on them, you know? Your whole goal is to make this walk as easy as possible, although it's going to be tough. The Most High is going to throw curveballs, all type of things, man. But there's things that you can control, There's a lot of things you can control in this truth, man. Okay? Let's get a next scripture. I'm going to end it off here. Let's see. Tripping out. I like going into this scripture a lot too because it's just fitting, man. Especially being in this walk, you gotta apply the wisdom of these things, man. Even amongst the brotherhood, right? Even amongst the brotherhood, you gotta apply these things when you're building yourself up and acquiring this truth and this knowledge. All right, you can't exalt yourself like you gave yourself this truth. No, you gotta be still humble. All right, being on not to say it's a bad thing, good thing or not, but being on the other side of when brothers speak, it's supposed to be a humbling experience. And it's not to be humiliating or disrespectful. It's just for you to know, okay, I'm on this side. What can I do to get on this side? And even when brothers are on the teaching side, we still got to put in work. We still got to make sure we're doing what's right by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And it's still the fight's not over when you become in the camp or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it's just to show you that there's still there's always little steps of being humble. And every step of the way of this truth. We always got to be humble, remain humble in every way of this truth, right? So, Ecclesiasticus 32, verse 8. I started 7. To speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. All right? So, if you don't need to say nothing, don't say nothing. You feel me? And I'm talking about telling people about this truth in the world and whatnot. Like I said, the internet does the heavy lifting. You don't need to go blab your mouth to your cousin, all right, that smokes weed and he's a gangbanger, and he ain't trying to hear that shit. He gonna say, I ain't trying to hear that God shit. That's what he gonna say. A nigga in his head, I ain't trying to hear that Bible shit. Cause he's swine, man. He's eating swine, he's eating bacon, He's eating shrimp and lobster because his woman, he has to take his woman out to lobster dinners and all that. He has to maintain a certain lifestyle. Right? So he ain't trying to hear anything you got to say, man. He remembers when you were running amok with him back in the streets or whatever the case may be. So he's like, oh, nigga, what? You changed, nigga. That's what they're going to say. So it's just best that I even say nothing, man. You know? It says, if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words. You know? Salakia. I skipped verse 8. It says, let me start from 7. Speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth, and yet holdeth his tongue. Right. So you can know, accumulate all the information you know, but know for yourself, man. All right. You're not here to save any and everybody from the impending destruction, man. As much as you love them, because you want to tell them out of love. We get it. But the Most High has set up avenues to where this word is going to go out, to where whoever receives it, and whoever doesn't. Because you got to think about it. How did you find out about this truth? Right? How did you get this word? Right? Was it through the internet? Okay, so let the internet do the rest. Was it by walking by a camp? Okay, so let the spirit do the rest. And this internet is the spirit anyways, but I'm just giving you examples, man. You know? Just let the Most High do what he does, man. He's in control of all things. That's why we have rest, brothers. We have rest because we know the Most High is in control of all things. We don't have anxiety anymore, man. You know? Or it's to a minimal, whatever the case may be. Brothers, go through stuff, but I tell you for myself, like, before I came into this truth and this knowledge, I had anxiety, chest hurting me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm young as hell. My chest is hurting me. I'm like, what the fuck I got anxiety for? You know what I mean? But this truth gives you rest, man. So it was all the build up. It was all what do you call it, man? It was just the Most High doing what he does, man. So that's why we gotta have this faith. We gotta hold on to it. Nobody else is gonna see it precious like we do. That's why we go out on the highways and byways week in and week out, because we see this thing precious. This thing is serious. A lot of people in the world, they don't take shit serious, man. They just fuck around guys. That's a fact. There's a lot of people in the world that just fuck around guys. We can't be those fuck around guys, man. But I'm gonna end it up there. I'm gonna say shalom, and I hope this video was edifying. I'm gonna say to the next one.